weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Frank.
Desert Doppler, here is the storm right now. This is a very powerful system, and it is drenching Southern California as advertised. Starting to see lighter rain showers, but for the most part, it has just been battering, and of course, we're left in the dark. Now, we're part of this rain shadow, which is, of course, as we are on the eastern side of the mountain, the drier side, and we're surrounded by a lot of this, but as the general flows from west to east, that's what's killing our thunderstorm chances. We have seen a few throughout the day, and they've been mostly throughout the higher elevations. As we head northward, they're drifting off these mountains and headed towards Blythe as we see the general wind flow. Now, we did look at a cold front that has continued to cross into our area. Right now is just about on the state line, and that is what's allowing a few extra thunderstorms to develop. And this is what it looked like outside earlier on today for the fair, and you saw Grecia outside, and this is what she enjoyed. Look at the flags blowing, and that's what's been the case over the last several days. Just a lot of wind, and that's all part of this system changing. Now, we're seeing a lot of cloud cover, and as we look at the area that's seen the most rain, we take a look at Desert Doppler in Blythe. And over the last few hours, look at this. This is the heaviest rains just right about 7 o'clock, and we've seen constantly off and on rainfall, and Blythe and Quartzsite have been the only areas that have seen quite a bit of rainfall. How much officially? We got about 1/1600th of an inch at the airport, and that is the reason that we expect. That's mostly what we expected from this system, and we just haven't seen it everywhere else. Blythe is about the only area that's seen a good amount of rainfall, measurable rainfall, and this has been the longest time, just over 2 months since we saw a lot of it as well. And in fact, take a look live at what we're seeing at the moment. If you want to check out in Yuma at the Speedway, Cocopah, rather this is in Somerton, this is just a little bit of breeze, but not too much, not quite as much as what we're seeing in some areas. Good news for the races as we head into the weekend. We're going to try to stay dry for it for the majority. Now, as we look at our currents outside, 71 degrees Yuma, 65 in Blythe, our 47-degree dew point, little drier now behind that cold front. This is where the cold front is, as I mentioned, so drier air on the back side of that, not good for our rain chances. I still think we're going to see an opportunity. It's just not quite as good as what we saw before. 23-mile-per-hour winds. No gusts in Blythe anymore, but 35 in El Centro, still howling at the moment. So here's the percentage that we look at as tomorrow rolls around. And we still have another opportunity as that system pushes further to the southeast. So don't worry if your area hasn't seen rain. We do stand a chance to see more, 50% at 7 a.m., 30% by noon. After that, I don't see a good opportunity, but it is going to be cooler than we have seen in several days. 69 degrees for a high, 50%, and then on the backside of that system, 40, as we get a little better chance on the other side of it as that low center closes closer to us. But for the most part, our rainfall totals have been low so far and will continue to do so, with the exception of a few thunderstorms. The computer models are just about accurate as we see just below 1/10 of an inch of rain throughout most of the area, and we clear out of the way by Sunday, and we're not worried about rainfall anymore. In fact, here's the center that we're looking at. Look at its general trend towards our area, and as it inches closer, that's when we'll see our chances go up yet again, as we do have a pocket of dry air on the backside of it that will give us a little bit of a calming overnight, and then just before daybreak, another opportunity at some light rain showers, maybe even a thunderstorm to the north, and that's where most of it's staying. After that, our chances are done. In the next 7 days, we'll see warming, a general warming trend after another cool day on Sunday in Yuma and Imperial Valley. Very much the same as we see low 70s, mid 70s, and back to the mid 80s, and it is just going to be back to above average and what has been our normal as we head into March. Manila.